Tricia Helfer, and we're doing another Q&A update. I've got the questions on my little vintage BlackBerry. It's even got a break there. I think it's time to update. The first one from DC Bach, I think. Sorry, my phone's kind of cutting it off. What's the best part of Canada do you brag about to your southern coworkers? Thanks, Drew. Well, you know, I think I probably brag about where I grew up the most, the farm. Just the peaceful nature of it and the quiet nature of it. Although I do also talk about the winters there, which are kind of insane, and I don't enjoy those so much. Oh, I grew up in Alberta, Canada, on a farm there. The other part would probably be Vancouver and just the beauty of Vancouver. It rains a lot, but when it's sunny, it is so remarkably gorgeous, and all the Channel Islands along there are a pretty amazing part of the world, and I've been a lot of places. Tricia, playing Gina in BSG with the Razor storyline and after as well, how did you prepare for what was unquestionably a brutally treated character? I think that role and what you went through was the most painful to watch and made believable by your skill. Thanks. Jamie Lee Kilgore. Thank you. Those particular scenes were great for me as an actor. I mean, they were hopefully painful to watch because they were supposed to be, and it really was a turning point, I think, for me in the series as well, for the producers and so forth to kind of believe in me a little bit more. And I got some good feedback from them as well, so it's always a nice pat on the back and nice validation. In preparing for that, you know, I just did a lot of research on the internet about post-traumatic stress syndrome, not only rape victims, but torture victims, soldiers, things like that. And then I actually watched a couple of films. I think there was one very violent rape scene in a Monica Bellucci film, a French film. I actually couldn't get through the whole thing, but I watched that scene, and it made me so sick to my stomach that I think that was one of the, you know, we obviously weren't doing that kind of film, but that was instrumental to see that, even though it was, again, just a film, to kind of put yourself in that headspace, and I would kind of flash to that while we were filming. Hello, Tricia. I rode with you in the Harley 105th Parade and didn't even know it. I didn't know either. Hope you had a great time in Milwaukee. What's been your favorite motorcycle riding experience so far? Lance Dubersky. I think I'm saying that right. By the way, I'm proud to say I work for Harley Davidson, and I'm an avid motorcyclist. It was awesome to see you brought a rocker. Thank you, and keep riding. I had a great time in Milwaukee. It was really a special event. It was my first time at a really big, I guess it's sort of almost a convention. I'd done the Love Ride here in Los Angeles. Just to see so many bikers and see the shows. I think Bruce Springsteen and the Foo Fighters, I watched those too. And just beautiful weather. We got lucky with the weather, and we got to take the bikes out. That's where I fell in love with the rocker. Harley was very kind and loaned me a rocker for the weekend, a rocker seat, and that's where I fell in love with the bike. So that was, I think, the instigator for me getting a rocker seat myself. So that was one of the best. We did a Yosemite trip last Labor Day that was an amazing trip as well. And I just got back from HKL's Amphar Life Ride, where we rode BMWs. And I gotta say, I'm kind of torn. I love that BMW that I had on. It was such a well-engineered, just amazing machine. So I'd like a big garage and a lot more money to have a lot more bikes. But at this point, I just have the one. But nice to sort of have met you.